Okay, so today what I want to do is do a little bit more experimenting with UI programming. So we did a little bit with Qt last time, just to get the status bar working in Quick Shell. Mostly we just did some QML stuff. We didn't really do any of the surrounding infrastructure for Qt. We just let Quick Shell handle that. And I sort of conceptually understand QML. Like, yes, there's a lot of stuff that I haven't touched at all, like undoubtedly. But I already have a bit of an understanding of the philosophy of how it does layouting, which is the main thing that I'm interested in trying to learn from these toolkits, is how do they combine elements together? What's the main paradigm that that they decide where things should go, where they should be positioned, and what their sizes should be. The reason for this is that I think this is going to be one of the most interesting parts about a layout, or a widget toolkit, UI toolkit, is how it composes elements together to form a cohesive interface. I mean, cohesion is ultimately on the designer, but you achieve that cohesion by combining elements. And positioning is always the most annoying part. The classic, like, how do you send a div in CSS? The biggest problem being, like, the rules for where an element is precisely positioned and sized are, like, the rules are easy to describe, but because they're emergent from the properties of a bunch of elements, it's not a clear relationship between which elements on the page are the ones that are influencing this element's position. And if I want it to have a specific position, how should I change other elements? QML kind of has this problem a little bit as well. A lot of things are like, anchoring. Like, anchoring is probably good overall, because there's a lot of times where you do just want to say, like, hey, this element is a slave to this other element. It should just be right next to it or whatever. But I'm looking for, like, a better way to describe that relationship. Because already in QML, I've even just, like, positioning a bunch of text in some buttons in a fucking row, like, not very complicated. I've already come across this problem of it's not clear which rules are resulting in the actual thing that I'm seeing on the screen. Anyway, that's a really long-winded intro to what we're doing today, which is probably looking at GTK. Oh, I didn't know they still supported this. Anyway, GTK is the other main toolkit on Unixen. So we'll take a look at these and see if we can build a really simple application. Something like this, right? Where it's just got some really basic stuff. There's nothing complicated here. Can I even resize this? No, I can't even resize this. I don't even know what it's for. Oh, it's to that. So yes, build a really basic UI, something like that, and just see what it feels like. And if I'm kind of on a little bit of a time limit today, I have something to do, so we may not be able to finish this, but if we do, we might look into TK. So let's take a look. Getting started. It's based on object orientation. Widgets are hierarchies of classes. Window widget is a specialized container. Yep, this is all standard. Each user interface is built by adding a bunch of shit to a window. Okay. If you're creating complex user interfaces, it's recommended to describe the structure of your window using the GTK builder XML format instead of assembling it manually. Maybe. GTK is event-driven. The toolkit listens for all events such as a pointer click on a button or a window resize and notifies the widgets in your application. Yeah, that's kind of normal. I guess it kind of depends how they're hooked up. Oh, it's Wikipedia. Follow the hello world, probably. And we've already got the API reference open somewhere. Each user interface, yeah. C using G-object, an object-oriented framework for C. We assume that you have GTK, its dependencies, and a C compiler. Hello world.gtk, hello world.gtk.c. Okay, we'll come back to this in a moment. Right, so this is the GTK builder, final class. This looks like C++. I don't know what final means. Is that C++? I don't know. Okay. I don't think it's easier building an XML version than just in the code. That doesn't seem easier. To compile a GTK application, you need to tell the compiler where to find GTK. Fuck me. Oh, this is the output of this, but still, Jesus Christ. The simplest way? Yeah. Yeah. Let's just try this. Let's see if it works. Ooh, that is tempting to use a different language. I've been told Vala is quite nice since it's kind of designed for this. Maybe that description was Vala, wherever it went. I think I got rid of it. Let's stick to the C, I think. The Vala one is tempting. We might come back to that. Okay. Data structures and utilities for C program. Oh, that's what glib is. Okay. C-based object and type system with signals and slots. Back to signals and slots. Okay. Okay. We might keep this open. Yeah. Okay, so there's a bunch of libraries. Graphene. Graphene OS. Hang on. This is the guy from the meme. GNOME knows best your specific use case meme. Yeah. I don't think I'll be able to find it. It's maybe Google will have a better shot. No. I don't think so. Whatever. But that's the guy from the meme. Okay. Interesting. Have nothing further to say about that right now. None of those are helpful. let's just do the bare minimum for now. Oh god, what is this style? Do I not have package config? I can't remember if there's a hyphen, that's the problem. Or is it package conf? That's package conf. Okay. Or is it package config? So it's package conf for package config. Okay. And then we want C flags GTK 4. Okay. And libs is the other one? Okay. Yeah, so we should be able to go package config C flags GTK 4. Actually, we should be able to go both, right? Oh, it's this guy, I think. Oh, that's also not gonna work because I think it needs to be spread. Cannot spread value. Okay. Well, that's not good. How do I get the dev library? Oh my god, what is going on? What is the sensitivity? That's way too high. How did it get so high? We'll deal with it for now. I'll deal with it later. Okay, so do we have user local include GTK 4? We do. And gtk.h. So we do have it. So maybe that package config C. Maybe that doesn't work. No, it does work. How is that not doing what I think it's doing? Like, I don't get it. Like, if I just take this, I just run that. Oh, Jesus. I gotta fix the... I don't get it. Why is it that the hello world has a warning? I don't like this toolkit already. Oh fuck, sound camera. Hell yeah. Okay, I've still got enough time. I already don't like this toolkit. No, there he is again. Okay, where I'm turning this into a new shell experience. Ah, here we go. Now we're cooking with gas. I don't think I'm happy with the implication of this. What's the one that didn't work? This one didn't work. Splitting on bytes. This one didn't work. This is a new line. For some reason. Whereas this is not a new line. That's an ending new line. That's the difference. Yeah, that's the ending new line. No, split row. Whereas here there isn't. I don't know how I feel about this, but okay, we have this working. We don't need the verbose, we can get rid of that. Okay, and then we have our a.out with its warning, despite being the fucking program to demonstrate the bare minimum for this toolkit. Apparently errors are expected. So we spend half an hour on dicking around with new shell. Okay. It's probably a very silent half hour because it's one of those sort of things where I'm just like, I don't even know what I don't know. Tempted to start again. Anyway, let's get back to GTK. So this is the hello world. Let's have a program open. So let's take a look at it. So we have a GTK application. And then we connect a signal. Activate, should get this. And then we run. The window. So this is the application. When the application is activated, we make a new window. We set its title and size. Then we make a new button. Set its align. Connect the click signal to that. That's probably the G pointer there. and set child. Okay, this makes sense. I maybe want to try to reproduce this bar, I think. But I don't want to have to do all the fucking Hyperland IPC stuff. I think I probably won't. I think I was just debating how I'm gonna do the repeater, but I'm in C. I can just do a for loop. I don't need to do a QML repeater. So we can just make a bunch of those things. And then the question is how they'll be laid out. Yeah. Yeah. Let's see if we can get that done. I wonder, I can maybe even do something really jank and on click do a hyper CT, do a system hyper CTL, right? Like system hyper CTL workspace or activate or whatever, right? I can maybe do something really jank like that to mimic this sort of thing. Because, like, if I think about what is QuickShell actually giving me, it's giving me a couple of widgets. Like the fact that it already connects to the Hyperland IPC is convenient, and the fact that it already has a system clock, which is in seconds, which I just remembered. The fact that it already has these widgets is kind of convenient, but other than that, QuickShell doesn't really do much for me. All it does is like launch a Qt application. So if I make a bar in GTK, I could just replace this with the GTK bar. Maybe that should be, I think that's a goal that I'll have before I dedicate myself to any toolkit. I want to be able to try to replicate the bar, or at least most of it, because I don't want to have to deal with the Hyperland IPC. Like maybe I'll write a library to do that so that every new toolkit I try, I don't have to redo it. Yeah. Maybe. So let's see if we can do this. Let's get complex application. Not that my application will be complex. I don't need this. This we will need pretty soon, actually. Yeah, I don't care about any of this stuff. Here we go. Header bar, GTK stack, which I presume is just a bunch of stuff in a row. Oh, no, that is not what it is. Because what I'm kind of looking for, you know what, this tutorial probably has it. So we'll keep reading. GTK box. Yeah. I'm kind of looking for something that shows a list of things. Is everything a widget? Like everything is just a void pointer? This is like the elementary toolkit, except it's widget instead of void, so it tricks you into thinking that it's more type safe. I mean, you kind of have to do this, honestly. It's not a big deal, to be honest. It is strictly better than the everything is a void pointer. Am I... Oh, a menu. Here we go. Oh, fuck. A menu is its own widget. I was hoping they were going to implement something that was like a menu. Okay, I mean, it's kind of convenient. You can do this instead. That's kind of nice, I guess. I don't like how you have to do the... Or how they expect you to do the XML. Though, bonus of that... What's all this? Yeah, I don't think I want to learn about this. Like, good for you for making this, but I don't really want to learn about it. It is pretty nice, though, that they have the interface builder, which then exports the XML. Like, that's kind of nice. Where does the search bar go? Okay. Okay, so we've got multiple widgets here. So how do they do it? Header bar, gstack switcher, menu button. So they just use header bar, but surely header bar is specifically, yeah, things that are in the header bar. I wonder how this is defined. GTK box. Search bar and stack. I wonder if box is what I'm meant to be using. Here's the list box. Let's take a look at list box. Yeah, a lot of these widgets are very specific. Like, at least an interesting thing about QML is, I don't know, maybe they have these things as well. I didn't really look that hard. But they really give you basics to compose together. Like, have a row, put stuff in the row, and there's your new widget. We might just have to go through the GTK docs. Oh, Jesus, what the fuck's the difference? How am I meant to know if something's one or the other? I guess a class has slots. Yeah, I'm looking for arranges widgets into a single row or column. This is children, this is child widgets. So this is the GTK box layout. I guess I'm confused. Does this depend on... No. I'm confused whether I should use this or the other guy. This is child widgets, and this is children. No signals. Apart from those inherited. Why would I use this or this? Within the other dimension, all children are allocated the same size. I don't know if that's what I want. I mean, it is what I want in this case, but like in general, I don't know if that's what I want. Maybe? Wait, within the other dimension. Yeah, no. That is what I thought it was. These properties are used on the children to influence the allocation. Is this one dynamic? How do I actually use it? Oh, maybe I can't create. Oh, I can. I can create one. No, I can't. Okay, so this guy doesn't actually have anything in it. It's just a layout. Whereas this guy, you can put stuff in. And then can I get layout? Is that a thing that I can do? Maybe from widget? Maybe from orient. No, it's probably not from orientable. It's probably from widget. I'm looking for something like layout. Get layout manager. And this is a layout manager. Okay. That makes sense. All right, so I want to use this guy. And I basically want to insert a bunch of probably buttons. So I'll try to do the same thing, I guess. Insert a bunch of buttons. In fact, I might even... I'm just thinking about how the panel window, how I'm going to model that. Oh, this shit is styled with CSS, isn't it? No, it's C. I don't have to style with CSS. I can use the C functions. Let's start again. Okay. Let's just try to create one. Let's start with this. I think we'll make this the panel. And we'll say panel equals GTK box new. And then I need a GTK orientation and a spacing, which is definitely 0. And how do I get a GTK orientation? Oh, this is like a GTK. Oh, it's an E. Yeah, GTK orientation horizontal. And I have to do the checks for null. Like, I mean, there's not really much I can do, to be honest. Insert. Okay, so we can make a panel. I know we need to put it in like the window. I think I want to do that. Size ti, and then I want to go for I equals 0, I is less than 9. Actually, we'll do this. Feels wrong. So here, GTK box append panel workspace. well, WS. And then WS is going to be equal to something. Yeah, so the child widget. Does GTK box new not return a GTK box? That's kind of dumb. Okay, and then each one of these I want to be a button. And then after we do this, we'll put it in the window. So here I need a button. I'm gonna have to change all the theming for it, but that's fine. I can live with that. The following signals have default key bindings. Okay. I probably don't want that. Color button. Deprecated. Okay, thanks, bro. Constructors, button new with label. And this is just a widget. But GTK button is like a thing, right? Yeah, because it wants a button. I don't like this already. I think the constructors should actually fucking return the thing. Okay. GTK button. GTK button new with label. Right. Char. This is probably a const char even. Yeah, const char buff equals. Okay. It's not const actually. Oh, the pointer is though. This one isn't. You know what? Nah, fuck that. That shit's lame. And then we can do this. But I want to theme this button. Not yet, I don't. Not yet, I don't. Okay, so we have a panel, we have a bunch of buttons. Why do the boxes get progressively small? I mean, they don't, it just looks like they do. Okay, so I need an application. So I need a GTK application. From the attic that's constantly inside me. It is recommended to use it together with application window. Sure. A typical GTK application will create a window in its GIO application activate signal, I presume, GIO application open or command line handlers. Note that all of these signals may be emitted multiple times, so handlers must be careful to take existing windows into account. A typical activate handler should look like this. Not what I was expecting to read. A simple example. Go fuck yourself. bloat pad new. Nope. Let's go back to that other guy. Yeah, so this makes a new GTK application. And then makes a new window from it. Yeah, okay. It's probably... This is a typecast. I don't know. Whatever. Don't care. So app equals GTK application new panel bar. I don't know. No, I probably don't want that actually. I probably want to look at the flags. This is the box. This is also box. I don't need two of those. This is button. We'll come back to that. This is application window. This is application. So we have the constructor, which actually returns the correct type. You love to see it. Okay. No. No. No, no, no. Oh, I can not give an app ID. That's probably better. Yeah, yeah. Okay, that's fine. And then we need to connect the signal, which I guess is like a G object thing. And I guess we need to go G signal connect. Activate, I guess, whatever, it's lame. All right, let's go look up what this does and how it works. It's probably G object. It's 4 o'clock, okay. Misunderstood, yeah. Right, this is data. I don't need that. I would probably give it the IPC. Nah, I'd probably make that a global. But anyway, that's not important. We don't need it. Yeah, but like where? What am I importing? Like just GTK slash glib object.h? Like I don't know what you want from me. You want gobject slash gobject? I don't. Glib glib object? I don't know what they want from me. Is it under GTK? Oh. No, I don't. User local include GTK 4. Okay, and then I don't think it's here. I don't think it's any of these. I think it's under glib. Glib's glib object. Okay. And then we can connect this. And then we have static, probably void. I don't know. Oh, no. Really? I don't think that's true. Yeah, that's definitely not true. It's all casting everything to bullshit. Let's find the signal. Signal. This is application, not... Activate. Okay. G application self whatever. G pointer data. Not using that. Okay, let's go back. So now we need to add a window if there isn't one. I don't want a menu bar, but we'll deal with that later. Get windows. Get active window. If GTK application get active window self. Why is it G application? Just return. Otherwise, GTK application, I think it's like add window. I need to make the window though. I'll do this. GTK window win. I mean, these really shouldn't be asserts. They should really be error handling. Honestly, I'm LARPing way too hard with these asserts. They're not actually doing anything. This program's not doing anything. Let's stop the LARP. Yes. So now we need a window. We probably move all this shit in here. GTK application window new. Surely one of... Present a window to the user. Do I have to do that? Okay, let's ignore that. Set the child widget of the window. We'll come back to that. Sabotage it all, is to watch it fall. The bridge we're on. And then I think we want to go GTK Windows set child. Can we only have one child? Like, I'm not opposed to that. Can we try this? Will it make a window? Do I have to do glib? User local include glib 2.0. You couldn't find glib object.h? Oh, there it is. Oh, it's not under anything. Okay. Sabotage it all. Watch it fall. Got it down. Passing incompatible type GTK button to GTK widget. Okay. What is this song? Yeah, that's right. And this just needs to be a GTK widget. The type system based. Very cool. Okay. Well, I didn't do the present, so apparently I do need to do that. Oh, and you're meant to do this? I don't think I'm going to do that. I don't know what, like, if it's a macro, they might do some sort of checking, but other than that, I don't know what the benefit is. Yes, and then we need to do GTK window present win. Oh, I didn't run the application. Okay. Okay. First parameter of main must be of type. Oh, my bad. Okay. If we put that up there. Okay. Alright. This is something. This is like what the fuck is all this? Um I wonder if it needs what the lifetime of that object is. This is on the button. Yes, let's go through these first. GTK window set decorated. False. Okay, I think Hyperland has no window decorations, so I guess we should be like including standard bool.h or something. No, that'll be from what is a G boolean? Whatever. False. Can we do like wall wearer? Great. Variable ret is set but not used. Thank you. Okay, fantastic. So that's set decorated. Let's go back. Whoop, did I? Nope. Set default widget. Set default size. Set deletable. Whether destroy the window when the transient parent is destroyed. Like, yes. Display, focus. Don't know what that means. All right, let's take a look at these first. Set default size. Let's put all this up here first. I don't know if the order matters. GTK window set default size, and we'll hardcode this for now. Oh, no, I don't want that. Well, okay, I understand. I think. I don't understand why I would want this to be false. Like, isn't the parent the application? Or can I make anything the parent? I mean, I guess it's just another widget. I can make it the child of any other widget, I guess. Becomes your worst nightmare. No. No. Okay. Window is modal or non-modal. Prevent interaction with other windows in the same application. I don't know. No, the user cannot resize this. GTK window set resizable. False or 0. Okay, great. Now, how do I get rid of the border? I wonder if that's an application property or if it's a hyperland property. How are we for time? Yeah, we're good. I don't know. I think it's defying shame. Such a deadly game going on. What is this? It's surely got to be a window property, right? Yeah, I think I'm maybe done with application window. Oh, I made it a different thing. Yeah, it's actually an application window. Okay, so that still works. Yes, I wanted to figure out the lifetime of this fucker. Yeah. How do I... So, okay, let's close this. Button, yes. So GTK Hyperland no border on window. We'll see if Brave can handle this. I kind of want to do the opposite of that. Disable borders. Jesus Christ, what is wrong with this website? Fuck off. Yeah, I really don't want to have to write this sort of shit. Like, why does this not have any borders? I think I would be interested if... Oh man, can I remember where it is? Ugh. I also haven't uploaded an SSH key, so I'm not going to bother with that now. I was going to download another repo. Let's see, Gemini. Can you help me? In C / GTK. How can I create an application window that doesn't have a border around it? Hyperland is adding one. Let's take a look. Ah, fuck off. Can you answer in English, bitch? Yeah, well, what is the class though? What class do I need to set? Schilder quota. Okay. I love all the translations of English terms. That's great. I know a lot of languages do that sort of thing. English dominated the original and they just translate it. Do I have to? I don't think I need to do that. Okay. Yeah, but quick shell doesn't have a... Okay. The window decoration hint did nothing. And I don't think I should have to make a specific hyperland rule because quick shell doesn't have any border around it. I highly doubt quick shell is using the GTK layer shell. Oh, GTK layer shell is okay, WL roots layer shell. But I don't think Hyperland uses WL roots. It uses its own compositor. Skrivebord? That's great. Yeah, I don't want to. GTK 3 version. GTK layer init for window. Initialize the layer shell in the window before it's shown. Set which layer you shall lie on. I presume that does nothing because everything can set top. Yeah, probably. But okay, so there's this other fucking thing, GTK layer shell. Yeah, I do. I don't think that's the way to go. That's fine. Tastatur's not required. Yeah, I mean, I honestly don't think either of those are the way to go, but GTK layer shell GTK 4. Using the layer shell protocol. How would I do this without this library though? Hyperland doesn't use WL roots. I mean, maybe it still has the same interface. That's believable. Yeah, whoops. Yeah. I wonder when they replaced WL roots. Cosmic. Copyright Drew DeVault. Drew wrote this shit. Oh yeah, he wrote WL roots. Ah, I forgot about that. Okay. Sure. Fine. Fine. I give in. Layer shell. Fuck. Okay. No, I already have it. How do I use it? Yeah, I don't want to build it. W root space composite is such a sway. Well, I guess we're gonna find out if it fucking works. Layer shell protocol hyperland. I want something more recent. Yeah, it's probably supported by hyperland. They probably just replaced the underlying compositor. You must link against this after when. Jesus fucking Christ. Okay, let's go back to the KI. Actually, they used AI. They didn't use KI, which is good because KI is cringe as fuck. Intelligent. Yeah, how do I build it? GTK layer shell? Why is there a 0? I don't like that at all. Can we just do GTK layer shell? Fuck. Okay, very dumb. But we live with it. We're used to it. Don't know why it's stack 0. Okay, and now we need to use it. Yeah, where does it live? Ignore documentation. stonemason build. No. That's too much text. I don't care. Set up the window to be a layer surface once it is mapped. This must be called before window is realized. Don't know what that means. GTK layer init for window. GTK window when. Yes, that makes sense. What else am I gonna need here? Set anchor. I probably want the anchors. I don't think I care about margins or exclusive zones, which is another QML thing I ran across. Keyword mode. Okay. We'll go track down the header file we need in a moment. So let's do all this. GTK layer set anchor. GTK window when true. So we want to, that means we can probably get rid of this. We can probably do that. And here, GTK layer shell edge left. And we also want edge right. Then we want edge bottom. No, we want edge top. I'm just going to ignore that. Go. Right. We need to go track down where this lives. Package config, C flags, GTK, yeah, this one. It's just GTK for layer shell, okay. Include GTK for layer shell.h. Okay, there it is. Interesting. Right, include GTK for layer shell. What? Okay, there we go. That's our bar. Okay, now we see if we do some theming. How are we for time? We'll see if we can do a little bit more than what we've got now. Let's just see what this looks like. I don't think I actually want to do this. I don't know, 40, something dumb. Yeah, okay, so it does move everything down. What do I reckon that exclusive zone is? Like 20? No, it's more than that. Is it 30? The width of the bar? Okay, that's not bad. Okay. What else do we want? Oh yeah, this. We need to fix this. Let's just take a look at this. I think it should never receive keyboard events. Oh, the default is none. Okay, that's fine. I'm gonna ignore that. Okay, so I think that's everything I need out of GTK layer shell. Button. Button. Here we go, button. New with label. The data is owned by the caller of the function. I don't like that. It's got to be a better way to do this. I don't want to have to hang on to the memory, and I don't want to leak it, because leaking memory is cringe, but hanging on to it is like, it should last the entire application's life. And you know what? It should last the entire application's life. Oh, I need a... standard lib, I think. I don't know what I pressed. Really? Jesus, what? Oh, yeah, yeah, fine. Okay. The text you want the GTK label to hold. The data is owned by the caller of the function. Looks like they all say FFFD, which is not good. Okay, we're starting to get somewhere. Let's see if we can add some theming to these buttons. I want to get rid of the borders around them. I also kind of want to change... Let's start with trying to get rid of the borders around them, and then we'll think about colors and whatnot. Well, it depends what order we come across the functions, I guess. Because I'm expecting, like, probably widget is the one that has all the interesting properties. Set child, nah. Has frame. This should just be false. GTK button set has frame. WS false. Okay, that's better. Now if we can set their width. That's probably GTK widget. We probably also want to hook up a signal, and we want to give it the data of what its workspace is. Yeah, this should be +1. Oh, gross. I would prefer not to. Assigns. I don't like that's called allocate. Assigns a size, position, and optionally baseline. Position. Ah, okay. This function is only used by widget implementers. Well, that's not me. I'm going to ignore the compute ones. I don't think that's for me. This is all get. I don't want gets. I want sets. Let's jump over all the gets. Has. Determines if the widget is the focus widget within its top level. No, I don't care about that. Remove set. I really don't want to have to set CSS shit. Set H align. No. Set, well, what are the options? Yeah. No, but there is another widget that I'm gonna want to give that to. So I'll want like the window. GTK label probably. Title, and I'll want yeah, and then here I'll want to go GTK box append panel GTK widget title, and here I'll want GTK widget set H align GTK widget title GTK align fill, something like that. Wait, what? Sets the horizontal alignment of the widget. When a user resizes a window, widgets expand. I don't know how I feel about this. Why does this not imply the other one? Oh, another banger. Stretch to fill all space if possible. Center of no meaningful way to stretch. Snap to the left or top side. Leaving space on the right. Right, so this is... Okay, I think I understand better. Maybe. Call this function to set the expand flag if you would like your widget to become larger horizontally when the window has extra room. By default, widgets automatically expand if any of their children want to expand. Okay. A widget can decide how the expandability of children affects its own expansion by overriding. Okay. Okay. This function forces the widget to expand or not to expand regardless of its children. This override occurs before setHExpand sets the hexpand set property, which causes... What? So should I just not be using this? This is like an override. Should I just be using the hexpand? No, not hexpand. Should I just be using halign? Is text align a separate property? Like, should this be fill? Should this just be fill and this should be gone? I also need to create the title, which I can do in a moment. In fact, I'll do it nowish. Label. Yeah, so we can go GTK label new. The data is owned by the caller of the function. That's fine. Hello world. Did I make it a GTK label? I did. Okay. I wasn't really paying attention if that's consistent or not. It is. Okay, and there's the label. And then, can I make another one? Which is the date. GTK label new. Date here. GTK widget. Set halign. In fact, I maybe don't need to do this. GTK box append panel. GTK widget label. It doesn't like that. Date. Unexpected type GTK. Oh. Okay, so no, that wasn't sufficient. And it didn't fill. Why didn't it fill? Is the box not big enough? Is that the problem? No, that's not the problem. I think. Well, it didn't do anything. I want to say this label is not big. Try to tell me all the things that I've done wrong. Run until we fall. I don't think this does what I think it does. Okay, we're back to layout being fucked. So let's keep reading. Yes, the panel should have margins. I don't think it does. Oh shit. GTK widget set margin start. GTK widget panel 10, and then there should be the end as well. Okay, that's better. The enemy, and we will not stop for anything. Try to tell me all the things that I've done wrong. Opacity, yes. Can I do that on the application? No. I have to do that on the panel. That concerns me. It's probably fine. GTK widget set opacity. GTK widget panel. I don't know, 0.9? Or is it 0.1 that I want? Okay, I don't know if that did anything. 0.5. Oh. That's gross. It's also not opaque, because you can see here. Okay, it's doing opacity, not transparency. Okay. Can I not set, like, colors? Oh, you know what? I think I have to do it with CSS. Oh. I don't wanna. Let's try setting the width. GTK widget width request. Is this a property? Can I set it? Yeah, what are properties? How do I deal with properties? Yeah. This is all the docs you have. None of this is very inspiring. Do I really have to use this XML nonsense, rather? Yeah, I don't love this. Don't make me go back to the AI. Don't make me do it. It's 5 o'clock. I mean, I've got time. let's see. Okay. GTK change width of widget. How should I know this exists? Because it wasn't here. Right? This is set size request. Oh, hang on. Okay, so what if I don't want to request the height? The width I want to request to be 15. And the height I don't want to request at all. Is that going to work? Doesn't look like it. Set default size is a better choice for top level windows. Why is it bigger though? Do I have to unset H expand? GTK shrink button, I don't know, size. Just set button size. Yeah, I really don't want to do that. So I should be able to set the H align, right? So I want that to fill. I do not want these guys to fill. Snap to the top or left. Well, let's try it. Start. Can I make these smaller? Like 5? Why is it big? Set H expand false. Why are they so big? I also can't click them. That's great. Okay, I've encountered yet another engine where I don't understand layouting. And I'm honestly not in the mood to spend several hours on it right now. And figure out off screen how to make the layouting work. But we are, oh. I can't tell if that color's changing. My screen's a little too dim. But I am unhappy with, once again, not knowing how the fuck I just make this go over there and these things shrink. And then I've got to give them colors as well. Like, I think I have to do this with CSS. I don't know what the right way to do this is, but I'll figure it out and I guess show off what the result is. Alright, a little addendum from yesterday, or at least I think it was yesterday I was doing it, can't quite remember, but I did end up figuring out the styling, so it's not too difficult. It is styled through CSS. You just need to load the file and then hook up make a provider, load the file, hook them up, and then attach it to a display. So this little bit is all what's necessary to hook up the styling, and the style is just normal sort of CSS. You can give various, for instance here you set the name of the panel to be panel, and you can reference it by ID. I didn't end up hooking up any of this this stuff, but you can also give elements classes. So back here we could give if during this loop we checked hyperland and hyperland told us that this element was the active one, then we could give this class we could give the button the focused or active or whatever I called it. We could give it that class and it would style it. So whoops. What this looks like is something like that. I've just mocked out most of this stuff, as in all of it, so there's no actual date code. That's, it's not hard to do, but I couldn't be bothered. This is just default text rather than being dynamically updated to be the title, and none of the buttons are focused or whatever. But this did end up being quite easy, like a lot easier than I was expecting. At least this part of GTK, like using it, seems quite nice. They make a lot of weird decisions architecturally, or architecturally is not the right word. More like culturally, I guess, or in terms of managing their projects, I suppose. They make a lot of weird decisions, the GTK and GNOME projects, the GNOME project as a whole. But, and I don't like having to use this dependency, and I don't like, there's something else here. Anyway, so, there's a lot of things that I'm not a fan of with the GNOME project, but using GTK was fairly pleasant overall. At least for this dumb little example. This obviously doesn't really do anything. It's just a couple of widgets that are next to each other. It's not a full GUI. Styling with CSS, I have mixed feelings on. I think it's I'm not sure. I think I would have to build something more substantial. Like, CSS has clearly taken over most of the world because of the web, and I guess also that other guy, Electron. And like, people clearly, although a lot of it's automatically generated these days, I guess, using various frameworks. But like, people are clearly able to reason about it, so I guess it kind of makes sense to have CSS be the way that you style stuff, just like copy the goat. Not that JavaScript and CSS is the fucking goat, but nevertheless, it's taken over the world, so it makes sense to copy it. Comparing this to QML, I don't know, I guess layouting in this so far has made more sense, has been more intuitive, and actually if you go to Hyperland, useful utilities, oh no, I think it's status bar. Disadvantages of quick shells. Qt can be less intuitive to work with compared to GTK for its positioning system. So far that has been, with this limited example, that has been my experience. So I think one of the things that I want to do is really do a dive into like, what is the actual algorithm that these two toolkits use. Not just like, so a lot of the times the algorithm is this widget has this property, so we put it here, and like that's all well and good, but then how does that widget get that property, right? Like that's the complex part in a lot of these toolkits, understanding how properties propagate through widgets. Anyway, that's enough rambling. This little mock-up here was quite easy to do. And I wonder if GTK is viable for the future, or I wonder if I can get a better model, because I think QML is decent from what I've used so far. So I wonder if it's easier to wrap my head around its model. Like if I dive a bit deeper into how it positions and sizes and propagates properties, if I can wrap my head around the model, maybe stick with QML. Though GTK has the benefit that you can bind it from like any programming language because it's just a C library. But yeah, that's enough rambling for now.